Alright guys, so just woke up. Now I'm about to take a bunch of calls and film a bunch of content. The first thing that I do when I wake up is obviously I go to the bathroom and do my thing. But then what I do is, hydrate. I go and hydrate, and then I just get straight to work. Like right now I just finished filming one YouTube video. Now here I'm filming the introduction for this day in the live, and afterwards I'm going to film another YouTube video. After that I have 3 1-on-1 client check-in. So it's just like I wake up and I go straight to work. Back in the days I had like a fully structured morning routine of like 6 7 steps. Now it's just I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I just take my water, because it's very important to hydrate yourself and take some electrolytes in the morning, and then I just get straight into work. Because I've pretty much, I will not say I'm past that. I'm past that self-improvement, but it's more like what's going the most to help me like improve my life and improve my business is getting to work, getting straight to work. Because if I lose my time doing whatever else, like doing push-ups and doing this and doing that, it's just like it's great. It's great for my physique, and it's great for this, and it's great for the mindset and all this stuff. But I feel like right now where I'm at, I'm running a six-figure business at 18 years old, so I cannot be doing certain things like I used to do like 2 years ago or a year ago, because now I have way more responsibilities. I have a bunch of clients that I need to give the best service to. I have the whole company that I need to run. So it's like you know, waking up and doing push-ups is like no, I gotta get straight to work. And what I do now is I wake up at like either 6 or at 7, depending on how late I went to bed the night before. And I do that. I just hydrate, get to work, and then from 7 to 10 I'm working. So filming content, calls, working for clients, responding to clients, doing technical breakdowns, and all of this stuff. Then what I do is I go to the gym. Afterwards, I really like walks, because I feel like it's really the only thing in my routine where like I get a bunch of ideas, I structure everything in my head, and it's just great. A lot of the ideas that I've implemented into my business, they pretty much all come from walks that I've taken in the morning or walks that I've taken in the night. Because I don't know, I just feel like it gives me a bunch of ideas, and it gets me a bunch of a great structure during the day, just to reset. And every single day, every single night, the day before, I just write down everything that I need to do, my to-do list and all of this stuff. So now I already know when I wake up everything that I need to do, and that's absolutely awesome. As you guys have probably seen on my Instagram, I fast until 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. Sometimes I even forget to eat because I'm working, so it's like 2 3 p.m. So the reason why I fast is because in the morning I want to be sharp. In the morning I want to be, like I want to be fast, like in my brain. So that's why I don't want to put like a bunch of eggs and a bunch of this and a bunch. I even see some entrepreneurs and some lifters that they take cereals in the morning, like a bunch of sugar just to spike their insulin, and then they go and they drink a coffee. It's like, no shit, you have brain fog, bro. Like it's normal that you have brain fog, because caffeine plus sugar equals brain fog, right? That's why I only take black coffee. That's it. And I take the black coffee 2 hours after waking up, because I don't want to right away spike my cortisol, which is very very bad for your testosterone and all this stuff. I think is the stress hormone, so it's not good. So that's what I do. Just work and work and work. Fasted. I even train fasted in the morning. And guys, like I've seen a massive improvement. Like fasting in the morning, like it's absolutely awesome. Then I take my meal at 1 p.m. usually. Then I take another meal at like 7 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. and then that's it. Like that's all I eat. Especially because now they've changed the categories for the Olympic Games. so I'm dropping down to 79 kilos body weight. So it's also because of that, but it's also very good for my business, like I'm very sharp all of the time. So that's absolutely, awesome. All of my clients, I just woke up to two texts of two of my clients saying that they just smashed a PR. For example, Nayung, she's just smashed a 4 kilo PR in the snatch. So it's awesome. Same thing with my guy Kyle. So very very happy. The business is growing. My clients are getting a bunch of results. So now, guys, it's time to film a bunch of content and do a bunch of one-on-one calls with my clients. Alright, guys, after that, we'll go to training and I'll show you guys the rest. Alright, guys, so just finished 4 long hours of filming content and a bunch of one-on-one calls. I always say this, is that 4 hours of calls and filming content is like 8 hours of just, normal work in your chair, because you're gonna be talking, you're gonna be having new ideas. It's just like it drains your energy a lot. Like right now it's 11. I've been working since 7 a.m. So it's not that bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough sometimes, especially before training. Now I'm about to go train, and so many people, they ask me like, "Oh, Brian, like, what's your pre-workout? Like, how do you train fasted? Like, what do you do?" So very simple. Okay, I take a tablespoon of raw honey. Nothing special, it's just raw honey, and I take my electrolytes, like water plus sea salt. Okay, I don't take table salt because that's just gonna mess up your brain. So I just want a sea salt, a bunch of electrolytes. I drink like one of these, and I take 1 or 2 tablespoons of raw honey. I'm still fasted. I still haven't eaten nothing, and now I'm about to go training in like 10 minutes. So that's awesome. And one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys is that most people are always looking for the magic solution, like the magic supplement and the magic pre-workout. Like, guys, nutrition, weightlifting, and all of this stuff is so simple once you have the right informations. And I will not simplify it to the point of many coaches who say, if you want to improve your snatch, just do more snatches. Like, it's not that simple. But once you implement variations, you implement the right accessories, and you have the right programmation, it's just like so easy. Same thing with nutrition. Once you have the right information and the right meal plan, it just becomes so easy to be shredded and have a six-pack, right? You get what I'm saying? So it's like right now I'm like barely training. I'm training maybe 3-4 times per week, and my physique is looking like, guys, my physique is looking crazy. I've never looked this good in my entire life. So that's the thing, is that it's all about systems, and it's all about what you do. Okay, so like people say, "Oh, Brian, like you talk about systems because you just want to sell your method." No. I talk about system because it has changed my life. I talk about methods is because that training method has changed my entire weightlifting career. You get what I'm saying? So it's very simple, but it's not easy. It's very very different. Simple and easy. Simple, it's something that you do and it's simple, right? It's just, I gotta do this, I do it. But easy is like, there's no effort required. Yes, there is effort required, but it's simple, right? Simple doesn't equal easy. So now I'm about to take my water, about to take my tablespoon of raw honey, and I'm about to go train. I gotta change myself, pack some stuff, and then I gotta go training. Tablespoon of raw honey, I'm gonna take a second one. Yeah, so 1.5. That's awesome. Now what I do is I go and take my electrolytes. Now we're good. And yeah, like in the last few months, I know I haven't done a day in the life in quite a while. The last one was in Kentucky, but I uploaded into YouTube like 2 months later because I forgot that I had filmed that day in the life. So it's been quite a while. If I'm being honest, my life has completely changed in the last 2 months. In the last 6 months, every 2 months my life changes like crazy, okay? So in the last 2 months, I've been able to build, last 4 months I've built a 6-figure business. And back when I was completely broke, I was like, once I'm making this amount of money, I will be good. But it's actually not the case, because now that I'm making money and I'm running my own business, it's even more stress. It's even more responsibilities. and it's even more, you guys know, like, all of you making 100K, 150K, 200K a year, the amount of stress and the amount of weight there is on your shoulders. Yes, on the other side, you can take your mom to a nice restaurant like I'm doing. You can go to nice restaurants, buy suits and good clothes for your sister and for yourself and for your father. You can buy, a nice watch, nice Rolex. But here's the thing, the amount of stress and the amount of work required to make more and have a good service for your clients is just like a lot of stress and a lot of work, if I'm being honest. So if you are right now in a spot where you're making, I don't know, whatever, 70, 80K a year, and you're like, oh, once I make 120K a year, my problems are gonna be solved. It's like, no, some problems are gonna be solved, but with, more money comes more responsibilities, right? With more power comes more responsibilities. So that's the saying, is like, yes, once you make a certain amount of money, you're good financially, but there's a lot more weight on your shoulders, right? It's the same saying right now. Like, if I say, okay, I'm at 150K a year, I want to get to 500,000 a year, and all my problems are going to be solved. It's like, no, now I know that if I want to make 500,000 a year, the stress is going to be crazy, right? And it's like, if you put myself from 6 months ago in a day in the life right now of me, I will crash out. I will be, no, this is way too much stress. This is way too much work. But now I've evolved into the person that can handle all of that stress and all of that work. The amount of calls that I take every single day, the amount of business meetings every single week, the amount of trainings, the amount of responsibilities, the amount of bills that I have to pay, is like, my life has completely changed. If you will have put me from 6 months ago in a day in the life right now, as I said, I will have crashed out. So guys, before having something, you're gonna become that person that's able to handle that thing, right? So it's like, yes, more doesn't equal better, okay? So like, be grateful for what you have. Obviously, strive for bigger goals. I'm not gonna stay stuck right now on what I'm doing with my business and what I'm doing with my weightlifting career. I want more, but I also understand that once I get to that goal, my life isn't gonna be perfect, right? I'm not gonna be successful in all of this stuff. Like, that's the problem with Instagram, is that there's like all of these highlight reels where you guys see myself with 160 kilo snatch, and it's like, oh, Brian, you're so talented, you're so this, you're so that, but you guys don't see, the summers where I was only training 3 times per day, and I was only training and sleeping. You guys don't see the amount of tears, blood, and injuries that I have to go through. So it's like, yeah, Brian is so talented with 160, but you don't know the work behind, right? You guys see, oh, a 6-figure business at 18 years old. How is that even possible? But you guys don't see at 16 years old the amount of discussions that I had, with my parents and my friends telling me, like, what are you doing dropping out of school, right? School is very important, blah, 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 blah. And yes, it is, but I had a different vision for myself. And now I'm in that vision, and everybody's like, oh, congratulations, Brian, like, good job. How did you do it? But it's like, you didn't see the amount of years of hard work that I had to go through and the amount of years of pain that I had to go through. It's the same thing for you, Right now you have your kids, you have your wife, you have your high-paying job, but people don't know the amount of suffering and stress that you gotta go through every single day in order to achieve those results that you're having right now. So it's the same thing for me, Me and you are not different. Like, guys, I'm human, okay? I struggle too. I have a bunch of stress, so that's the thing. And now I have a new challenge, which is running a 6-figure business while having my professional weightlifting career in the high level, right? So that's gonna be even tough. And people are like, oh yeah, but Brian, you don't have, you're only doing weightlifting all day long. Guys, I work 9 hours minimum per day right now. I pay bills, and I'm not gonna say what kind of bills I pay, but I pay bills for my mom, I pay bills for myself, and I pay bills for my sister, okay? At 18 years old, I have a 6-figure business. So I have a lot on my shoulders too. So when people come to me and they're like, yeah, Brian, but you're getting those kind of results because
you're not working, you're not doing anything, you're only doing weightlifting. It's like, that's so false. Like, I have so much on my shoulders. It's the same thing with my guy Moy. It's like, oh yeah, you made Moy like a 25 kilo improvement, but he has a full-time job. He has his mom to take care of. He has his business that he's running on the side. He has a bunch of bills and responsibilities. So, like, it's not, if you're not Chinese and you're not, I don't know, Bulgarian, you cannot be only doing weightlifting. You gotta have, your high-paying job, this and that. So, it's like, I am not different than you guys. I just started younger. That's a fact. I had good coaches on my side since the beginning. That's a fact. But right now, I gotta have my high-level weightlifting career, plus my six-figure business, plus all of the responsibilities and bills to pay. So it's like, now I gotta go in an international platform against guys from Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan or whatever country it is, and I'm gonna compete against them, and then they only do weightlifting. Why? Because they get paid. They give them a house once they become Olympic champions, right? So it's like, I gotta go compete against these guys, and I gotta be hungry. Because these guys, if they don't win the competition, they don't get that house. But if I don't win the competition, nothing happens, right? So I gotta hack my brain now in order to figure out how to be more hungry than these guys to win that competition and go through all of that preparation. So my life right now is great. I love my life. I absolutely love my life. But it's getting tougher and tougher and tougher and tougher. It's getting difficult and more difficult. And as I said, all of you guys who are making six figures, you have your kids, you have your wife, you have your weightlifting. You understand the amount of stress, right? But most people on social media, they don't do shit, and they're like, oh yeah, but Brian, this and Brian that. It's like, no, bro, you don't know the behind the scenes. You don't know that, right? And that's why I'm showing you guys a little bit my day in the life. But now, guys, let's get it. I gotta go train. I'm already 2 minutes late. My coach is gonna kick my ass, so let's get it. Let's go. Guys, just finished training and I don't like cooking, okay? This is my post-workout. I don't like cooking, for 30 minutes. First of all, I don't like it, and second of all, I don't even have time to do that, right? Cooking for 30, 45 minutes. I don't know how you guys do it, but yeah. So here's the thing. Very simple post-workout. A bunch of protein. Eggs, free-range eggs, kiwis, and some meat that's in here that I made last night. So this meat took me like 3 minutes and a half last night. Now I only put it in here. I put it in broil for 10 minutes, and eggs, kiwis, and meat. That's it. That's what it takes as a post-workout. So let me cook and then I'll show you guys. Guys, just finished cooking. Took me like 2 minutes. Alright, here's how it looks. 6 eggs, a bunch of meat, and some kiwis. I forgot about the kiwis. Let me take the kiwis. Kiwis are very important, guys, because that increases your testosterone, increases your libido, increases growth hormone, increases a little bit of everything. Alright, so kiwis are very important. I ate 2 of them. Alright, so that's how we're gonna do it. After this meal, I don't have brain fogs. After this meal, I feel correctly. I feel like very, very good. But most of you guys, the reason why you have brain fog and you feel, like you just want to sleep after your meal is because, number one, you're over consuming carbs. So you're taking, a bunch of rice and a bunch of pasta and a bunch of this stuff. And the second reason can be because, you're putting a bunch of processed stuff into your food. So if you're, for example, eating a sandwich, and the sandwich, the things that are inside of there, they're made with seed oils, then your gut health is going to be cooked and you're going to have no energy during the day. Alright, so that's why you need to cook with whole foods, you know, that come from nature and that truly will help you. Because number one is over consuming carbs, that's why you're having brain fog. Number two, you're just eating processed foods, okay? And yes, sandwich with the bread and all of this stuff in there with a bunch of seed oils, it's processed. All right, so just take the time. It takes like 2 minutes to make in the morning. Well, maybe not 2 minutes, 6-7 minutes to make in the morning, and you're going to feel extremely good during the day. So now guys, time to eat, and afterwards let's get back to work. Let's get it. Guys, the suits are secured. Now I'm ready for tonight to go out with my business partner. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And now guys, it's time to work until like about 6 p.m. and then we'll go to the restaurant. So time to work for the next 3 hours. Alright guys, just finished the work for today. It's like 5:30 p.m. In an hour I have a dinner, but it's a rich restaurant, right? My business partner, he likes the rich restaurants, so I cannot really eat a lot. For those of you guys, you know, who've already been, who go very often to rich restaurants, you know, it's like little portions and the food is actually, sorry to say it, but it's a little bit disgusting. But that's why I'm eating, you know, 6 eggs with avocados. I'm probably gonna get some fruit, some apple, some orange, something like that. But yeah, guys, now I'm gonna show you guys the suit, how it fits perfectly on me because it's custom made. You know, if you have told me like a year ago, yo bro, you have a custom made suit and you just paid, you know, this amount of money for it, well, I tell you, bro, you're crazy. Why would I buy a custom made suit? But no, life is good, man. God is good. So I'm gonna eat and let's get prepared. All right, guys, we're ready. Just the shoes left. Emily's, you know, approving the outfit.
Yeah.
Not that bad, guys, you know. Guys, I truly like two things. I like dressing good, which I am right now, and I love downtown. I don't know if it's the big buildings. I don't know if it's, since I was young, it was always like, I love downtown. I want to live there. I want to live there. So it's just like amazing here since I was younger. But yeah, now let's go eat.
Alright guys, just came back from the restaurant. It's about 11 p.m. It was a crazy night. It was indeed a crazy night. It was, you know, very nice and very catastrophic at the same time. But anyways guys, like my phone died once I arrived in the restaurant, so I wasn't able to film nothing. But anyways, like I recharged it, then I filmed some stories, and now we're here. Now guys, I'm traveling to Cancun tomorrow, so I'm gonna have all night long. I'm just going to be working. Usually I just go to bed at 9-10 p.m, but now I'm going to be working because tomorrow I want to sleep basically in the flight. I want to sleep the whole 5 hours, so that's what I do before a flight. I just don't sleep so I can actually sleep in the plane, because I know that, you know, if I sleep 9 hours now and then I take my coffee and then I start working, I'm not sleeping on the plane. So that's why I'm gonna be working all night long. So then tomorrow morning I arrive to the airport like this, and when I arrive to the plane I'm like, okay guys, so this is a day in the life. It's not, you know, super fancy with Ferraris and Lambos and women and all this stuff. I'm truly showing you guys what I do on the daily, and that's pretty much it guys. Thank you so much for the support. Now it's time to work on some dashboards for the new clients that I just onboarded yesterday. So I need to update their dashboards, and that's going to be amazing. So thank you so much guys for the support. And look, if you're trying to get results as a weightlifter, click the link down below, book a one-on-one call with me, and let's see if we can work together, okay? So see you guys on the next one. God bless you guys. God is the truth.